Hey guys, how you doing? Mowers and blowers here. Today I've been working on this wood chipper shredder. It's a Craftsman, I think. It's a 5 horsepower Briggs & Stratton wood chipper shredder. Oh, it's not a Craftsman. It's a MTD. Can't tell from all the rust. Anyway, I got this for free. It was in like 6 pieces. I got this along with this beige one. Had that in the clone. Yeah. It was in 5 or 6 pieces, and I just spent the entire morning finding bolts and nuts for it to put it together. Unfortunately, while I was putting this one on, I tightened the bolts too tight and I stripped them, and those are the kind that are inside and welded in there, so you can't really put a bolt in there because you have to have it flush, you know, otherwise the blade will spin and hit it or something. So I think I'm gonna weld this, you know. I just need a couple of tacks right there just to keep it in place, you know. I have to get that arc welder from my cousin, but it's held on there with one right now. But first things first, it's together. Got to get the motor to run. I sprayed some carb cleaner in it, and it kind of sputtered for a second, but didn't really sound like it was gonna start. I've worked on maybe this type of carburetor once, you know, a while back, and it's pretty confusing, man. I can't seem to get it off, you know, and the bolts to the carburetor are very difficult to reach. And you know, I'm not pushing things because I don't want to break something, and I'm taking pictures of this thing contraption so I know exactly where all the linkage goes. When I look inside the carburetor, it's really rusty. It's part of the reason why you know, why they make carburetors that are, you know, pointed upwards like that, you know. You guys follow what I'm saying, right? I mean, if you left this out in the rain, forget about it, you know. This is really hard to move. I mean, it's like corroded and stuff. When I opened it up like that, you guys probably can't see, but it's all rust inside. And you could tell because the air cleaner was here and there. So this has been soaking with water for probably many years, like that, you know. It goes like that. So water would just drain into the hole, into the carburetor, and in there. I don't know. I don't think it'll start, to be honest with you. I mean, it's water for years in there. I just doubt it. I think I'll probably sell this as is. You know, if somebody wants it for scrap, or maybe they want to work on it, or they have a good engine they want to put on it, you know. But I don't really feel like working on it. I mean, I'm gonna try it, but I mean, at most I get maybe 150 bucks if this thing started working. Yeah, I guess that's okay. So I'm gonna try to figure out how to take apart that carburetor and gas tank situation. Just don't want to forget the linkage here, you know. If I forget how to put it back together, it's gonna suck. You know, see what happens when I take that apart. Well, looks like I'm gonna be welding more than one thing. Bolt broke. That's where it attaches to the fuel tank. So I got the fuel tank off, and basically the whole assembly is mounted onto this carburetor, and the carburetor won't come off. I've taken off all the bolts, 3 bolts. I don't see another one, and it won't come off. I remember I messed with a wood chipper before, and I couldn't get that off either. And I think it's just this area here to clean the carburetor. Diaphragm is in there and all that. But I mean, I won't be able to get into this area here to clean it out. You know, what if there's like rust and stuff all over? peek inside the manifold. It's all rusty in there. All rusty in there. I mean, I'm gonna take that apart here, see what happens, but I'm not too motivated on fixing this thing. I took that part off. See how rusty that crap is. And it couldn't be just that. There's no spring in here for the diaphragm? Doesn't make any sense. Look at that. You see what I'm saying? And there's supposed to be like one of those springs in there. Pushes it back up. Couldn't be like that. Doesn't make any sense. What would be the point of this, you know? No openings. Well, there is openings. I don't know. Maybe there is no spring. But that seems really rudimentary. I mean, nothing in there. I finally did get the carburetor off. There was a screw over there. Didn't see that. Anyway, really bad shape. Look at all that rust, man. Really bad. Really bad. Look in there. Jesus. Clumps and clumps of rust. Ugh. It's really bad. I don't know. I don't think this is gonna work. Not worth it, you know, the trouble. Not to mention, I'm not even sure if I know how to put this damn thing back together again. I'm gonna have to watch this video again. Just cleaned it up best I could. I think it looks pretty good. I actually blew out all these holes, and this thing here was really clogged with rust and stuff. But finally, after using a wire and sticking it in there and jabbing it inside, in and out, finally blew carburetor fluid through there, cleaner, and you could see it. It goes all the way through. I blow it into here, and fuel flies out here, so this one's working. So I'm just going to put this damn thing together and hope for the best. Looks okay. Progress is being made. I cleaned out the gas tank. I put it back best I could. I believe it's right. My confidence is a little higher now. I think maybe it might start. I'm not sure. Now, complicated task is figuring out where those linkage parts go. I noticed the breather area here is filled with rust too. Being the person that I am, I can't stand it. I gotta remove it and clean it. That was a pain and a half. Of course, I tried pulling it and it doesn't work. So I pulled out the spark plug, and definitely needs some attention here too. I'm gonna clean that up a little bit. So I'm gonna check for spark. It's got a good spark. Really good spark. Well, I pulled it like 100 times. I'm spent. Blew a little burst of carburetor cleaner in there, and made a pop sound at one time, but didn't turn over. So I think I'm going to give it up. Spent enough time on this already. I'm gonna sell it as is for maybe 50 bucks. Somebody will get it going. Put all this crap together again and call it a day. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. on this wood chipper shredder. Fail. Not all of them are success stories. See you guys next time.